Hello, I'm Polonez and this is Automation. This video is part of my longer series that I built a car for each decade. Basically what we have done here before is 40s car, that is this classic one, and the limo build from the 50s. This one is for the 60s, the sports coupe, V8 coupe. And today we will be building a 70s car. It will be a sedan. So without further ado, let's get to it. I feel like 70s are the times where the cars are getting more and more boxy. They are less oval and they get a lot more sharper corners, like this one. Sorry, I just had to turn off the ray tracing, it was kinda annoying. So what was I saying? We'll be getting, well, a little bit of change to our builds now. They will be quite a bit different, they will evolve, like I said before. So you can expect more of a, well, squarish style on this one. And as you can see, I've went with transverse engine placement this time, so very likely we'll be going with front wheel drive. Also, there's something different in the suspension, it's the torsion beam. When it comes to the engine, we also will be having some changes here. I am going with inline 3 and it will be 1.7 liters. Why? Well, because as you can remember, we had inline 4s that were 2.3 liters, and basically we sought of one of the cylinders. That is why we've got 1.7 liters in there. This time it will be squarish though, and as you can see it will be exactly 1.725 liters. Also there will be upgrades in terms of cams. We are going with overhead cam this time and 3 valves per cylinder. Also the head will be cast. For bottom end parts we are going with cast iron heavy, cast conrods and cast pistons. No balancing mass as of now, I will come back to that later. You might wonder why am I cutting down the engine size. Well, remember, 70s are the era of oil crisis, global oil crisis. That is why we have to cut down on our costs on the, well, and increase the engine efficiency basically. Although we will keep going with carburetor for now, and we'll be going with leaded fuel. That is going to stay with us for very long time. Just preset some things here, and like you can see, lower the manifold size because we won't need it that big, and also we will be going with lean fuel. Now onto the exhaust. Well, it will be simple as well. No catalytic converter yet. We will be going with muffler, but only the second one. And we are graded with red only. That is because I haven't given it any balancing mass and the engine was blowing up by itself. I guess we'll have to change the parts a little bit. Well, I guess we'll be going with a lot of balancing mass on our engine for this build, and still the reliability is quite low, but it shouldn't concern us that much in terms of BeamNG drive, so yeah. Now let's see what can we do to make it more efficient. Like you can see, we are restricted almost everywhere, so yeah, I will be changing quite a bit in there. I like it how I said before, I want this engine to be efficient, and well, the game tells us the engine efficiency is not a number. It seems only the graph here is bugged out and it doesn't want to show our fuel efficiency, cause this one here does change in fact. So yeah, we'll be on 13%. It is not that bad, at least for this era. It's not like the fuel economy is the worst issue this car has. As you can see, the engine does not want to stay alive at all. I've changed the body a little bit, just the version of it, as you can see, and right now I am fiddling with the morphs. Not really sure how much we can change in terms of how this car looks. I really would love to make it shorter a little bit. This time let's roll with this grayish color, and the other thing I have to change here is removing this chrome from the body. This one won't have any chrome on it. Or close to any. I might keep some small pieces here and there. As you can see, I am once again making my own headlights, but this time I am leaving the indicator built in them, so I won't be likely placing one on the front bumper like it was in previous build. We have to change something around. Talking about bumpers, I think I will make them fully plastic. I've got no idea how they will export into BeamNG drive, but I guess we will see. Also, we can move. Yeah, I think this trim should be fine enough for what we are designing here. And we are basically designing a cheap sedan for average family of 70s era. I think a fog light would not be a bad idea to be placed here, but I am still experimenting with it. I think a little chrome trim would fit there nicely. We've got to fill this space somehow anyway. And now off to the grille. Somehow we have to keep it kinda similar to what we've had before, and also we have to make it feel like it's, well, cheap basically. The problem here is all of my grill pieces before were hanging down where the bumper is now, so I guess I have to improvise. And said improvisation brought to us this magnificently cursed piece of work. It is like a mix of Mercedes and Polish Polonez, but who cares? Yeah, as you can see, I've kept the characteristics of previous cars. There's this side grille that I kept over every build, I think. The hood piece is still there. Well, handmade logo is also there, so yeah, all that is important is placed. So we can move on to the other parts of the car. Well, this time I can't say I haven't placed the mirrors for the aerodynamics, so I better remember to put them up. Although it will be fitting to exchange them for something more squarish as well. This build will feel very plasticky, but that's how it was in the world back in the day, at least in the eastern part of it. I think it's the time to move away from these silly lights on the back. Although they were present on every build up until now, I don't feel I can make it fit this one here too. So yeah, let's move on from them and make this car look even more squarish by designing a, well, square taillights basically. Well, I wanted to design my own taillights, but when fiddling with what we have already made, I found this, and these ones feel like they were, well, taken from this car. So yeah, we'll be keeping that on. The badging is on, and the last piece we've got to place here is exhaust pipe. Okay, I think we are done with general look of the car. The only thing left is rims, and I want to move on to the interior. So yeah, here's the final look, very likely final look of the car, and now I am off to making the interiors. Simple dashboard, and I already started placing the seats. They look kinda fancy, but I guess they are fitting the era, in terms of style at very least. So I will keep them. I need to find a... oh, this is wrong way. Or is it not? I am not sure anymore. Okay, let's keep it like that. Now I should find a wheel that is fitting this car. I guess this one would be decent. Okay, like so. I should remove this chromed part. Let's make it steel. Can be like that. And now I have to mask the rear end somehow and place the rear bench. Okay, I guess that is all. Now we can move on to well, making this car drivable basically. We'll be going with manual gearbox, 4 gears this time. I guess we won't be making that much speed, so let's lower it already. First gear can be like 45 kilometers per hour, and let's make the gears shorter already. Tires will be radial hard long life, and the tires will not be that wide. I think I will keep them like this, 175s on the front and on the rear. How small can we go? Oh, this looks silly. Let's keep 14-inch rims and maybe make these wheels a little bit, just a tiny bit bigger. Also they are a bit offset, not too much though. 240 drums on the front and drums on the rear too. 200s maybe should be fine. Yeah, they are fine. We'll tune that later on. No under tray, that's normal. Bench in the rear, it is fine. Interior will be, this time let's go standard and basic 8 track. Manual rack and pinion steering, no aids, that's for sure, and safety will be basic from 70s. The suspension will be pretty basic too, twin tube and normal preset, we don't want it to be too fancy. Well, the ride height is too high and I can't change it. It is probably due to my suspension picks. Damn. Yes, I made a big oopsie. I've picked coils on the front, we'll be going with wishbones on the front, and rear will be torsion beam still. And now we should be able to lower this car, so it looks semi-decently. Yeah, but my whole design is seems to be gone for some reason. It's a glitch, I think. Yep, it was a glitch, one quick restart later and we are in the game again. Let's go with 25 centimeters ride height. It should be decent enough and made the car look nice. What else do we have to do here? Yeah, let's keep the gears like that. We can probably make them a little bit shorter even so the car is a little bit more drivable. First gear can be much longer, so let's change that. We are not aiming for well, very fast acceleration anyway, and here I think we are good to go also. Can we go with even smaller tires? No, we can't. 185s seem to be the sweet spot, so let's go with them. The brakes are very likely too strong. Let's make the rear force significantly lower and the front should be fine. Yeah, it is nice. After all, the interior will be basic, and I guess that is all we've had to do here today. So let's take a final look at our car, and we'll be able to move on to BeamNG Drive now. Also, I think the setting for Windows has been changed. I will go back and change it. Right now, like you can see, it is quite light, so it might be fun to drive even. Okay, now I will export the car and see you in BeamNG. There we go, we are in BeamNG Drive now, and we can have a quick look at our latest build. Some things never change. Again, this small chrome piece is, well, in steel basically, and the wheels that I made out of steel are in chrome for some reason. It is what it is. Yeah, so the car should work just fine. Well, it sounds like every inline 3 can sound like, yeah? Nothing fancy there. It has some pickup when you put the gas to the metal. Yeah, I definitely did not just crash into the wall there. No idea what we are talking about. I guess if I made this car rear-wheel drive, we could drift it a little bit. Right now it is very understeery. It does not want to turn at all. But keep in mind that this is not a race car, it is not sports built by any means. I might come back to some of my builds of this series and of other series and remake them into actual sports cars. Well, I feel like completely remaking a road car into sports car with complete makeover is quite fun idea, but that is for later. Right now, I guess we won't be spending much time in BeamNG Drive. I don't think there's a point right now, at the very least. Probably, maybe I will make something more about these cars when the series ends. Right now, let's finish it off here, this time maybe without a crash. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.